Hey, hey, wake up, man.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah. I thought I had this week off. Didn't West Virginia win? So what?
I have a video that I need you to do today, man. Come on, wake up.
Yeah, okay. Welcome back to Going Uploaded, everybody, and all we do here is college football. So if you're a college football fan, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, feel free to send gear to represent you and your team. Look around. That's what my background is made of. So if you want to be a permanent part of Going Uploaded and my background, send gear to represent yourself and your team to P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina 29657. I'm a little confused on why I'm making an appearance. I thought the rules were if West Virginia won, then I wouldn't have to make an appearance. And yet, here I am. West Virginia beat Baylor on Thursday, 43-40. So I have nothing to clown on West Virginia about. They won. I mean, I could still clown about their defense. It's horrible, bad, really bad, like 105th in the nation whenever it comes to allowing points per game. Really, really bad. But according to my boss, that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is because he says he's hearing a lot of complaints about the officials. So he wanted me to go white and black today to pay homage to the refs. But what is this, man? What is this? I'm not even the Mountaineer Clown, a.k.a. the Clowntaineer. This is more like the Mountaineer Mime. That's what I am today. I am the Mountaineer Mime today. But my gosh, I'm hearing it from Alabama fans and Tennessee fans. And Tennessee won the game. Tennessee won the game, but they were not happy with a lot of those calls in the Bama-Tennessee game. Specifically, and I did watch that game, specifically when the Alabama receiver pulled down the Tennessee defender, and the Tennessee defender got called for the pass interference. That was a little head-scratching. I mean, could they not have reviewed it? Look, here's the thing. We have this technology that allows us to review things in super slow motion from 50 different angles to get a call right, and yet we still can't get call rights. And certain things are not reviewable. I don't understand it. And Alabama committing 17 penalties, that's going to make anybody raise their eyebrows. Something was up. Something was up. Look, Alabama, they got down 28-10. All right, so kudos to Tennessee for jumping on top of Alabama from the get-go. But Alabama did battle back. A lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes. This was a sloppy game. You can't blame everything on the refs. You can't blame everything on the refs. But I will say, the refs need to get better. And the refs need to be held accountable because they're out there playing God. That's what they're doing. They're out there playing football God, determining who they want to win. Maybe not that literal, but I mean 17 penalties by Alabama. Come on, look. Alabama doesn't look as good as they usually are, but 17 penalties under a Nick Saban coached Alabama, it really does make one wonder about the officiating between the Alabama-Tennessee football game. Now, Tennessee remains undefeated. Of course, Alabama now has one loss. Alabama still has everything in front of them. All they have to do is win out, and boom, they win the SEC West, and they get to the SEC Championship. You win the SEC Championship, and you're on to the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, there's your road to the national championship. So all is not lost for Alabama. You still have a crystal clear path of getting to the playoffs. It's a little more difficult because you have to go on the road to Ole Miss. But Ole Miss doesn't look all that great either. They definitely look beatable. I mean, they played a very bad Auburn team at home, and they allowed 34 points. How do you allow Auburn to score 34 points? I didn't think that was humanly possible. I'm being for real. 34 points. Yes, you still won 48-34, but that defense is, if you want any shot of beating Alabama at home, Ole Miss, you have to fix that defense. And your offense isn't even as good as what it was last year. It's good, but it's not elite like it was last year. So that defense has to be fixed or you're not beating Alabama. I mean, Alabama is proving that they can put up a ton of points, but Alabama giving up 52 points to Tennessee. That, in and of itself, is worth a clowning. And then, of course, the Tennessee fans, they rush the field, take down the goalpost, and rumor has it rumor has it that the goalpost that the winning kick went over is floating down the Tennessee River right now as we speak. Might make it down to the Gulf Coast. So keep your eyes open. People that live down there on the Gulf Coast, whether it's the coast of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, whoever, keep your eyes out. Tennessee's looking for that goalpost and they might win it back. And they're wanting donations for new goalposts. Did they not plan for this? Hey, they didn't even... Wait a minute. I think I have it. They didn't think that they were going to beat Alabama. Oh, sure, there's always hope, but man, this is Alabama. We haven't beaten them in like 15 years. It's not going to happen. So they didn't plan in advance. They might not have goalposts for their next home game. Why do I ask that? Well, they set up a GoFundMe for goalposts. What? Yeah, they did. Donations. I think they're just looking for sucker Tennessee fans because they have the money to replace the goalposts. So they are looking for Tennessee sucker fans. In fact, I want to check up on that GoFundMe page. I want to see just how many Tennessee sucker fans there are out there because I guarantee you there are a few. I want to see how much money they raise on the suckers of their own fan base. Now that's hilarious and that's worth clowning on right there. But the refs do need to be held accountable. That is for sure. And it's not just Tennessee, Alabama. We've seen this throughout the entire season. Isn't it weird? Doesn't it seem like this year we've seen more horrific injuries out of any other year? And we're seeing some of the worst officiating games we've ever seen. Could some of this go hand in hand? I doubt it, but maybe. This has been a strange year. A very, very strange year. A lot of players are getting hurt badly. Not just, a little twisted knee here, sprained ankle there. No, these are big-time injuries. And even West Virginia saw it with C.J. Donaldson, a massive concussion. Then on the flip side, the quarterback for Baylor, Blake Shapen. Dude, you have got to stop waiting so late to slide. That's why that concussion happened. I was watching that entire game, and you were waiting way too late. And of course, our guy gets called for targeting, which under the letter of the law, that was the correct call, but it was on Blake Shapen. He waited way too late. Even if you look at the still motion before Blake Shapen slid, our guy's already tackling. He's aiming for the midsection, but of course, Blake slides at the last second, and instead of hitting his midsection, his shoulder pad hits his head. But by the letter of the law, that was a targeting call. But Blake, please, that is a dangerous play. Don't do that. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Stop doing that. But the refs do need to be held accountable. Why aren't they held accountable? They're going to keep doing this over and over if some type of rules and actual consequences aren't put into place. Fines. You can't ref this game. Important games. You're off the playoff list. You're off the conference championship list. Stuff like that. Otherwise, these refs are still going to be out there, still going to be trying to play football god, and basically ruining a great football game. When refs start getting flag happy, they start running a good football game. Stop doing that, refs. And look. I understand. It's very, very difficult. That job is difficult. The job of a ref is difficult. I am not making light of that. But, with all this technology, and we're seeing these flags getting out of control, seriously out of control, something has to be done. Something has to be done. I'm okay with throw a flag now, review it, and then do away with the flag, but they don't review it. It's throw a flag, it stands whether it was good or not. So no accountability. I understand why people are mad at refs. And, I understand the feelings of the refs. They're like, man, we're doing the best we can, blah, blah, blah. I understand both sides. But the games are getting sloppy because of the refs. They have too much power. Way too much power. Let's trim some of that power and bring some consequences whenever they call bad games like that, because it's getting out of hand, ridiculous. I'm making a freaking clown video just for refs. Just for refs. That's how bad it's gotten. Look, if you let somebody keep getting away with something over and over, what happens? Do they slowly stop doing it? No! It gets worse and worse and worse. So we're going to see crazier and crazier officiated games if we don't lay down the law right now. Y'all let me know in the comments section, how bad was that game between Alabama and Tennessee officiated? Seriously, give me a number on the scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best officiated game and 1 being a terrible officiated game. And are there some things that I'm overlooking that we could do to help the officials call a better game? That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.